Hello, everybody. This is Robert from RJL 518, and I welcome you here to Fulton County Stadium. The date is April 30, 1986. This is the last day of the month of April, and tonight, the New York Mets will take on the Atlanta Braves in the second game of a three-game series. The Mets are on a three-game losing streak, so let's see if we can turn it around here. Dwight Gooden takes the mound for the Mets. He's made 4 starts in the year and is 2-1 with an ERA of 1.84. This is his first start against Atlanta. Joe Johnson will be on the mound for the Braves. He's made 3 starts on the year and is 1-1 with an ERA of 3.66. His first start against the Mets. New York Mets first baseman Keith Hernandez is riding a 10-game hitting streak, so we'll see if he can continue it tonight. It's 79 degrees. The wind speed is 12 miles per hour left to right. So I welcome you here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. And it's a beautiful night for baseball. Like I said, clear, winds 12 miles an hour left to right. This is the last day of the month of April, and so far the Mets are 8-7. The Braves come into this game 10-8. So far we're actually behind, because at this time I believe the Mets were, they were 12-3 at this time. So we're actually not. We're 4 games behind. I got a new addition to the broadcast booth today. I got Joseph with me. Joseph, how are things doing?
Hey, we're doing pretty good there. Doing there pretty good. Robert, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine there, Joseph. It looks like we're in for another big game tonight. And I don't know what to expect tonight. I think the Mets can turn this around.
Well, I could tell you it could be very difficult, but maybe we might be able to do something tonight.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Mets. Will be Lenny Dykstra batting first, Wally Backman batting second, Keith Hernandez batting third, Strawberry will bat fourth, Carter fifth, Danny Heat gets the call batting sixth, Ray Knight batting seventh, we have Howard Johnson batting eighth, and Gooden the pitcher batting ninth. Joseph, who we got in the outfield for the Braves?
Well, today we got Chris Chambliss at first base. There's Glenn Hubbard at second base. We have Andres Thomas at shortstop, and Ken Oberkfell's at third. Billy Sample is in left field, and there's Omar Moreno in center field. Claudell Washington had a big hit last night's in right field. Behind the plate is Ted Simmons. He gets the call. And on the mound for the Braves will be Joe Johnson. Johnson batted 2. Johnson had a 4.97 ERA in 86, 6 wins, 7 losses for the replay, 3.66 ERA, 1 win and 1 loss. This is definitely his first start against the Mets.
We definitely have to try to take over here, Joseph. We got to win here somehow. So let's see if we can get off this 3-game schneid. Top of the first, batting for the Mets will be Lenny Dykstra. He's batting .280. He's got a home run and 2 RBIs so far. Joe Johnson on the mound, and here's the first pitch of the game. Dykstra hits a blooper to left center, charging it is Sample, and he can't get to it. Dykstra with a hit, and Sample has to toss it back in.
Nice hit by Dykstra, got it right through to left center, was right over Thomas's head. Sample really had no chance to get that play.
Wally Backman will bat second. He's batting .310 so far for the replay. Dykstra definitely a threat to steal, and Ted Simmons not much of an arm. Joe Johnson sets up. Here's the pitch. There goes Dykstra on the steal, and Dykstra will be in without a throw. That is the first stolen base for Dykstra.
You can see, but he got a good jump on this one here, Rob. Just got right up there, and Ted Simmons just looked at Dykstra and said, "No, I'm not throwing that ball anywhere."
Wally Backman is still at the plate. Dykstra on at second. Johnson gets the call. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Backman swings, lashed to center. Moreno coming in fast is going to let it drop. Davey Johnson will hold Dykstra at third, and it's not a bad idea. You get runners at first and third with nobody out here in the first inning. Remember, the Mets got out to a 4-0 lead last game, but it didn't last long. San Francisco leading Pittsburgh 2-1 in the 8th on some National League action. Keith Hernandez will bat next. He's batting .383. He's got a home run and 12 RBIs so far. Johnson sets up. Runners at first and third. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 down. Big strikeout for Johnson, and now the batter is Strawberry. Strawberry batting .333 for the replay. He's got a couple homers so far. Still runners at first and third for the Mets. Here's the pitch to Darrell. Strawberry blasts a line drive towards right. It's a base hit. Dykstra will score. Backman to second. He'll stay there. And the Mets jump out in front 1-0.
Great hit by Strawberry. He belted it right down the line. Washington just had no chance to get that one. And Strawberry will hold it first with the single. Backman stays at second.
Here's Carter. He's batting .255 for the replay, but he's got 4 home runs so far. Mets jump out in front early. Here's the pitch to Carter. Carter lines one to short, but Andres Thomas is there for the catch. That's the second out. And now we'll see Danny Heap. He gets the call in left field today. He's 5 for 16 for the replay. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Heap grounds one to Thomas at short. He'll throw to first, and that will end the inning. But a run for the Mets, 3 hits, no errors. New York Mets 1, Braves coming up. Joseph, what's the starting lineup for Atlanta today?
Well, we got Omar Moreno batting first. Sample's going to bat second. You got Washington batting third. Chris Chambliss will bat fourth. Simmons is fifth. Oberkfell is sixth. Thomas will bat seventh. Hubbard will bat eighth. And Johnson will bat ninth.
And defensively for the Mets, we have Keith Hernandez at first, Wally Backman at second, Howard Johnson gets the call at short, Ray Knight at third, Danny Heap in left, Dykstra in center, Strawberry, of course, in right, Gary Carter behind the plate, and on the mound is the doctor, Dwight Gooden. 2 wins, 1 loss, a 1.84 ERA. He's off to a fine start. And the Mets need a good outing from him in order to end this 3-game losing streak we find ourselves in. Bottom of the first, leading off for the Braves will be Omar Moreno. In 1986, he batted .234. He had 4 homers and 27 RBIs. He's off to a .263 start for the replay. Gooden sets and deals the pitch. Moreno hits a ground ball down the line for first, but it will roll foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Gooden will try again. Here's the pitch. And he bunted it on the ground. I don't think he's going to get it in time. It's going to be a base hit. They'll never get him. Gooden covered, but there was no chance. Omar Moreno gets away with a bunt for a base hit, and the Braves get a man on first.
There was no chance. Omar Moreno just put it that ball perfectly, and the Mets were just completely flat-footed on that call.
Here's Billy Sample. He's 2 for 20 for the replay so far. Moreno on at first, and here's the pitch from the doctor. Carter throws to second. Safe. Omar Moreno gets a stolen base. And that's his first of the year. So the Braves get a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Sample still at the bat. No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch from Gooden. And that's a walk. So now, runners at first and second, nobody out, as the Mets did get a run in the first inning, but now the Braves are threatening in the bottom of the first. Here's Claudell Washington, batting .275 for the replay. Carter checks the signs, gives them to Gooden, and here's the pitch from the doctor. Washington, it's a well-hit fly ball to center, but Dykstra's got it. He makes the catch. They're not going to throw. They're going to let Moreno go to third and keep Sample on at first.
Yeah, that ball was hit too deep. Dykstra just had no chance to get Moreno out at third base. So he just tossed it back in just to make sure that he kept Sample at first.
Chris Chambliss now bats for the Braves. He's batting he's 6 for 15 for the replay. Chambliss gets set. Here's the pitch from the doctor. Chambliss, it's a ground ball up the middle. No chance to get him at home. They're gonna try for 2. Throws to Johnson for 1, to Hernandez for 2, and they got him. They got him. Call it 2, and Dwight Gooden gets out of the jam.
That was a great try. That was a great attempt by Backman. He actually decided just to try for the 2 instead of trying to get that home. There was no way they were getting it out of home. So they went ahead and tried to get the double play, and they keep the Braves from scoring.
Still 1-0 Mets. We go to the top of the second. Ray Knight will bat for New York. And Joe Johnson back on the mound. Johnson gets in there. Here's the pitch from Knight. Knight hits on the ground to first. Chambliss will take it himself, and that's an easy out.
Kansas City leading Detroit 1-0 in the second inning.
Here's Johnson. Johnson batting 6 for 21 for the replay. So it's going to be Johnson to Johnson. Here's the pitch from Johnson to Johnson. And Johnson, it's a deep fly to right field, but Claudell Washington's got it, and he puts it away for the out.
Yeah, Washington had a well played on that one.
And now the batter is the doctor. He's 0 for 9 so far for the replay. We'll see if he can help his cause here a little bit. Joe Johnson, here's the pitch. Doc Gooden hits one in the air to left. Sample should have it. And it's a quick inning for the Mets. Bottom of the second, still 1-0 Braves. Ted Simmons will bat for Atlanta. Batted .252 in 86, 4 homers, 25 RBIs. He's batting .235 for the replay so far. Gooden toes the rubber, checks it in for Carter. Here's going to be the pitch. And it's a fastball on the inside of the plate. Struck him out. First strikeout of the game for Gooden. And now we'll see Oberkfell. He's batting .298. He has a homer, 9 runs batted in. We're in the second inning, but fans are still coming in here to Fulton County Stadium. Here's the pitch to Oberkfell, and that's a walk. So the second walk issued up by Gooden puts a man on first, and now we'll see Andres Thomas. Thomas in 86 batted .251. He had 6 homers, 32 runs batted in. In the replay, he's batting .286.
Oberkfell is just trying to maybe do something out there at first, but I think he's just going to stay in the bag. I don't see Oberkfell trying to steal.
I agree with you there, Rob. Joseph, I just don't think it'll happen. Andres Thomas at the plate. Here's the pitch from Gooden. Thomas grounds one to short. Johnson, and he got under his glove. He can't make the play. Oberkfell will be safe. Johnson charged with another error, and that's huge. Another error in the infield by Howard Johnson. He made one actually a night ago, and it's just not cutting it at shortstop. Remember, we are using the actual lineups that were used in this game in that season. So a huge error on the Mets. Now puts runners at first and second with an out. Glenn Hubbard will bat now for the Braves.
Yeah, that ball just got under Johnson. He just misjudged the bounce. And that just went in there. There's no way he was going to get anybody out.
Hubbard gets in the batter's box. Here's the pitch from the doctor. Hubbard grounded Hernandez first. Hernandez throws to Johnson. And there being no throw to first, they get the out. So Hubbard's on at first base. Oberkfell moves to third. And now the batter is the pitcher, Joe Johnson, who's 0 for 5 for the replay. He did bat .115 as a pitcher in 86. Hopefully Gooden, with the pitcher batting, should get out of this jam.
Yeah, he's still looking pretty good out there.
Here's the pitch to Joe Johnson. Struck him out. Gooden gets his second strikeout, and the Braves strand a couple of base runners. Still 1-0 Mets, top of the third. Lenny Dykstra will lead it off. He's 1 for 1. Johnson gets on there. Dykstra sets in the batter's box. Here's the pitch from Joe Johnson. And Dykstra gets a leadoff walk. He'll go to first, and the batter now will be Backman, who's 1 for 1. Dykstra stole a base earlier. He might try to get another one. Backman, very good on the hit and run, and that's what we're going to see. Johnson on the rubber. Here's the pitch to Backman. Hit and run. Johnson balked, so Dykstra gets to go a free pass to second. So Joe Johnson is called for the balk, and now the Mets have a man on there in scoring position with nobody out. So now I'm sure the hit and run will be taken off, and now Backman will bat.
Yeah, you see he didn't come to a complete stop.
You got to do that. You got to come to a complete stop, and he just didn't, and the umpire just called a quick balk.
And now the Mets are something pretty good going on here so far.
Backman still at the plate. Here's the pitch. Backman pops it up, going back, and fouled out of play. Simmons didn't have it, just ran out of room.
It was close, though.
Yeah, it was very close on that. Dykstra still at second. Here's the pitch to Backman again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he walks Backman. So the Mets are in business. Runners first and second. Nobody out. Here's Hernandez. Is 0 for 1. A chance here for the Mets to get some runs. Hernandez sets up. Johnson with the pitch. Hernandez, it's a pop fly ball down the right field line. Washington will get it. Dykstra will hold. Runners at first and second now, with 1 out. The batter now is DeStraw, who's 1 for 1. Strawberry lined a single to right to score Dykstra. Houston and Philadelphia, no score in the second. Strawberry at the plate. Here's the pitch to Strawberry. Struck him out, and again, now the Mets are squandering runners, and now the batter is Carter. 2 outs, and Carter 0 for 1.
Carter's got to get in there. He's looking at I think he's looking at the left side, but I don't see much room there.
Carter sets in. There's the pitch from Johnson. Carter hits a grounder down the first base line. That's foul. They'll do it again. 1 balls and 2 strikes. Carter gets in there. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Carter grounds a base hit between third and short. Dykstra will score. Backman goes to third. He'll hold. And the Mets now make it 2-0. That could be a huge RBI for Carter.
Yeah, that went right. Yeah, Oberkfell was going the other way, and I think Thomas just misjudged where it went, and that just went into left field easily for a base hit. So a nice hit by Carter to give the Mets at least a run with those runners on base.
Danny Heat, the batter now. He's 0 for 1. Got to try to get more in. Carter can steal. 94% chance of stealing a base. But I think with runners at first and third, you let Heap take a crack at it. Heap sets in. Here's the pitch from Joe Johnson. Heap throws a base hit up the middle, was the right call. Backman will score. John Carter will hold. And the Mets now make it 3-0. Danny Heap comes through with a big hit.
Yeah, that was right up the middle. It almost clipped Johnson on the mound, but it managed just to squeak in there. And now the Mets lead 3-0.
Got to get as many runs as possible. We know how these games are turning in so far, especially in this 3-game losing streak this team is on. Ray Knight, the batter, 0 for 1. Runner still at first and second with 2 outs. Knight is running a 6-game hitting streak. Knight sets in. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Knight, it's a ground ball between third and short. Oberkfell's going to be able to toss it to first and gets him. But the Mets pick up a couple of runs on a couple of hits. Bottom of the third. New York Mets 3, Braves 0. And Omar Moreno will lead it off for Atlanta.
Seeing Boston leading Seattle 3-0 in the third. Pretty good series going on out there.
Moreno is 1 for 1. He got on base and then stole one. Here's the pitch to Moreno from Gooden. And he walks him, so Moreno goes to first. Third walk issued by Gooden. Moreno stole second the last time he was up. We'll see. We'll do a pitch out to see if we can get him.
Yeah, they're going to set up for the pitch out.
Here's the pitch. There goes Moreno. Carter's throw. Not in time. Moreno beats the throw on a close call. Second stolen base for Moreno. So again he reaches base, and again he steals another one. And now Sample still at bat. Sample walked his first time up. Nobody out here, bottom of the third.
Yeah, Moreno got a good jump. I'm actually a little surprised Carter still didn't throw him out.
Sample there. There's the pitch to Billy Sample. And that scored a wild pitch. Moreno's going to go to third. It gets past Carter, and Gooden, I think, just did not see it there. And that is a wild pitch. So now you got a base runner on third base and still no one out. 2 balls, no strikes on Sample. Here's the pitch from Gooden. Struck him out, and Gooden comes right back to get Sample out.
He wasn't cheating on that pitch. He took a real cut at that, but Gooden, that ball was just a little bit on the out strike zone, but Sample just missed it.
1 down. Here's Washington. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Gooden. Washington throws a towering fly to right center. Dykstra makes the catch. Moreno should easily score. He does. And the Braves are on the board. But there are 2 outs.
That was a great play by Dykstra. He had to dive for it,
And it was good enough to get the out. Chambliss 0 for 1. He bats next. But 2 outs now. Here's the pitch from Gooden. Chambliss, it's a grounder to the right side. Backman's got it. Throws to first. And only 1 run will score in this inning. A run, no hits, no errors. At the end of 3, New York Mets 3, Braves 1. We go to the top of the 4th. Howard Johnson will bat. He's 0 for 1.
Good thing the Mets only got out of there with just a little bit of damage. That could have been something.
When you're in a funk, it's like nothing goes right for your team. Howard Johnson 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Joe Johnson. From JoJo to Hojo. The pitch. Johnson fly down the right field line, but Claudel Washington makes the catch for out number 1. And now here's Gooden. Gooden 0 for 10 as a pitcher so far, but he's due to get a hit somewhere. He had 7 of them in 86. Here's the pitch to the doctor. Gooden smashed on the ground between first and second. Hubbard makes the play. Out number 2. And now Lenny Dykstra, who's 1 for 1. 2 men down. Joe Johnson looks. Here's the pitch to Lenny. And he hits a liner to left center. That's going to be a base hit. Dykstra's going to try for 2, and he's got it easily. Safe with a double. So a nice 2-out double by Dykstra, and the Mets still have a chance here to get a run.
Moreno had to hustle over and get it. He did get it, but Dykstra had second base already in his mind when he turned first, and he already made it in there. There was no way Dykstra was not going to get second base as well.
Here's Backman. He's 1 for 1. Runner on at second. 2 outs here, top of the 4th. 3-1 Braves. Here's the pitch to Wally Backman. Backman hits a ground ball between first and second, but Hubbard's going to make the play and put the inning down. Bottom of the 4th. 3-1 Mets. Ted Simmons will bat for Atlanta. He's 0 for 1. Simmons gets in there. Dwight Gooden checks. Here's the pitch to Simmons. And it's drilled right to Dykstra. Dykstra is going to have to just, all he can do is just take the base hit. So another leadoff runner on for Atlanta. And now here's Oberkfell. He walked his last time up. Runner on first. Simmons can run. He's 69% chance to steal. We will try the pitch out, see if Carter can get someone out. Here's the pitch. There goes Simmons. The throw to second. Out of there! Carter throws down to second and nails him. 1 out.
Simmons is a good runner. He definitely can steal bases, but this time Carter knew he was going to go, and he just got him right there. Johnson just makes the tag. What a great throw by Carter. Finally gets throws out a base runner, as Omar Moreno has stolen on him twice in this game.
So now 1 out, 1 ball, no strikes on Oberkfell. Here's the pitch from Gooden, and that's a walk. That is the 4th walk by Dwight Gooden. Oberkfell will go to first. And now the batter is Andres Thomas, who's 0 for 1. Good thing they got the base runner out.
It just missed. It was just above the letters, according to the umpire. Just missed it. Gooden a little bit angry at himself. He let that one go.
Here's the pitch to Thomas.
Strike 3.
Thomas gets the strikeout. He'll go back to the dugout. That's the 4th strikeout for Gooden. So he's got 4 walks and 4 Ks. Now the batter is Hubbard. He's 0 for 1. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch from the doctor. And he grounds a base hit through the middle. Oberkfeld's going to hold at second base. He didn't have much chance to get any further on. So the Braves are not out of the inning yet, and now Joe Johnson will bat. He's 0 for 1. Runners at first and second. Here's the pitch to Johnson. Johnson pops it up. Hernandez should have it cleanly. Takes it for the out, and no damage is done. No runs, 2 hits. Still 3-1 Mets. We go to the 5th. Keith Hernandez leads off. Johnson sets on the gets on the toes on the rubber. Hernandez a 10-game inning streak there, but he's 0 for 2 so far. He knows he needs to come through with a nice hit right now. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. Hernandez, a hard ground ball between first and second, but Hubbard makes the play, throws to Chambliss for out number 1. And now here's Strawberry. He's 1 for 2. He has an RBI today. Strawberry sets in there. Here's the pitch. And it's a walk. Strawberry will go to first. Definitely a stealing threat. The batter now is Carter. He's 1 for 2. We're going to attempt to steal. Carter's not bad at the hit and run, but we're going to try to steal the base. Here's the pitch. There goes Strawberry. The throw to second. Not in time. Safe. 4 steals for Strawberry, and the Mets have a runner in scoring position. Now Carter has a chance to bring in a big run. No balls and a strike. He sets up. Carter looks. Here's the pitch to the kid. Carter drives it deep to center. Moreno's got it. Strawberry's going to move, is going to tag, and he will get to third easy.
Yeah, it was deep enough for Darrell to easily take third base. And now a sacrifice fly can bring in the run.
Danny Heap is batting. He's 1 for 2 today. He's 1 for 2, and he has a run batted in. Heap can maybe help out the Mets here. We need all the help we can get to get off this schneid. Heap at bat. Here's the pitch from Joe Johnson. Heap, it's looped to left. That's going to be a base hit. Strawberry will score, and Heap has his second RBI, and he will hold it first.
Yeah, wow. Boy, did the Mets need that. It drops in for a base hit, and the Mets now take a 4-1 lead on the Heap hit.
Knight will now bat. He's 0 for 2. Heap is on at first base. Still 2 outs here in the 5th. Here's the pitch to Knight. And he's going to get plunked. And he's going to go to first.
Oh, I know that had to hit. They're going to check him out there real quick at first, but I think Knight says he's all right. Hit him nailed him in the midsection. And they'll probably be feeling that probably when he goes home tonight, lays down. Yeah, he's definitely, there definitely is. Craig, you were down on the field. What do you think? Do you really think it got him strong in the midsection?
Well, I can tell you, I can definitely tell you that definitely had to hurt. I mean, I'm looking at him, and he's certainly clutching his midsection at first base, but I'm pretty certain he should be okay. But right now, I know that he'll be feeling that in the morning, just like you said, Joseph. Howard Johnson will now bat. Knight at first, Heap at second, still 2 outs. We'll see. Hojo is 0 for 2. Let's see if he can help the Mets here. Here's the pitch to Hojo. Simmons is going to talk to Johnson, and now the pitch. And it's as Johnson swings, and it's a screamer to Chambliss. It's going to go for a base hit. Heap will be sent home. They will not send Knight to third. Heap should score, and he does. A big hit by Howard Johnson. It's now 5-1 Mets.
Wow, what a hit. That was a screamer. There was no way anybody in the infield was going to get that. Washington decided to throw home, but there was just too much speed there. There was way too much speed by Heap.
Runners at first and second. 2 outs still. Here's Dwight Gooden. He's 0 for 2. New pitcher on the mound for the Braves in Jeff Dedman. In 86, 2.98 ERA, 6 wins, 6 losses, 3 saves. He's pitching off to a good start so far for the replay. 0.84, a win and 3 saves. Gooden at the plate. Here's the pitch from Dedman. And it's a fly ball to Moreno. He should have it, and he does. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. New York Mets 5, Braves 1, bottom of the 5th. Omar Moreno will bat. He's 1 for 1, and he's both been on base twice today and stolen 2 bases. Gooden checks the sign. Here's the pitch. Moreno grounds another single between first and second, and Moreno is on base again. He is 2 for 2, and the batter now is Sample. Strawberry will get it back to Gooden, and Moreno has just been unstoppable. Attempting a pickoff is Gooden, and Hernandez puts a tag on him safe. Maybe that'll keep Moreno out of there, but we'll see. Attempting a pitch out. Here's the pitch. Pitch out, nothing going. Moreno stays at first. Gooden checks the sign. Now the pitch to Sample. Struck him out. 5th strikeout for Dr. K. Moreno stays at first. Now Claudel Washington. He's 0 for 1. Moreno didn't really have a good jump. He really couldn't get the chance to get to second base. Washington up there. Gooden try to do the job. Here's the pitch to Washington. Washington pops it up, and Knight's going to have himself a sandwich and then make the catch. 2 outs. And now here's Chambliss. He's 0 for 2. Baltimore and the White Sox tied at 0-0. If anybody's been watching my Mets replay, I'll be doing Game 2 of the White Sox-Reds World Series of 1919, the 100th anniversary of the Black Sox scandal, so I thought I'd do that World Series. So stay tuned for that if anybody here is watching this. Bottom of the 5th, 2 outs, 5-1 Mets. Chambliss at bat. Moreno on at first. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. It's low and away, it's a wild pitch, and Moreno is going to go to try to third. He's safe. Moreno again winds up on third base for the 3rd straight time he's been up. Only this time, it's because of a wild pitch. But the funny thing about it, though, he's only scored once. Chambliss 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Gooden. Chambliss, routine grounder to first. Hernandez take himself, and that ends the threat. Another runner left on base for the Braves. Still 5-1. We go to the 6th. Lenny Dykstra, the batter. He's 2 for 2 with a double. Jeff Dedman on the mound. And here's the pitch to Dykstra. Dykstra, fly ball down the right field line. Washington's got it, 1 out. And now Backman 1 for 2.
That was actually a pretty good hit by Dykstra, but Washington had him play perfectly.
Backman sets up. Gets the bat on the shoulder. Here's the pitch from Dedman. Backman, it's a line drive to center field. That's going to be a base hit. Sample will hold. Will fire it back in. And the Mets get a runner at first base.
That was a well-hit ball by Backman. Well hit. Looks like he got the meat of the bat on the hit, on the ball. And now Hernandez will bat, and he still has a 10-game hitting streak, but has yet to get one in this game.
I wonder if Keith's trying too hard in this one.
Yeah, it looks like he's a little flustered, but we'll see what he does here.
Hernandez 0 for 3. Here's the pitch from Dedman. Hernandez hits a booper to center. That's a base hit. Backman goes to second. He will hold there. And runners at first and second and an out. So Hernandez now makes it 11 games.
Yeah, Hernandez clapping his hands there. He wants to keep that streak alive and help his team.
Here's Strawberry. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. He's scored once and has a stolen base. Runners at first and second. Cleveland leading Texas 6-0 in the 3rd. Here's the pitch to Strawberry. Strawberry, one bounce to Chambliss, could be two, to Thomas. Nope, they're only going to get the one. So Strawberry gets to first, Backman goes to third. Now 2 outs for Carter, who's 1 for 3 and an RBI.
Got to get all these runners as much as you can. The Mets bullpen has been absolutely atrocious the last few games. They've not been able to shut down opposing teams.
Carter at bat, 1 for 3. Backman at third, Strawberry at first. That was the 10th hit for the Mets in this game. Here's the pitch to Carter. Carter, high fly ball, but Moreno's got it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. Bottom of the 6th. Ted Simmons leads off for Atlanta. Gooden still looks like he's doing just fine. Here's the pitch to Simmons. Simmons blasts a line drive between third and short. It'll be a base hit. Heap tosses it back to the infield. And the Braves get the leadoff man on. Hernandez will hold him. And now we'll see Oberkfell. Oberkfell has walked twice. 5-1 Mets, bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch from Gooden. Oberkfell, ground ball right back to Gooden, to Backman, to Hernandez, double play. Wow.
That is something you really needed, and Gooden turned a beautiful, beautiful 1-4-3. Absolutely gorgeous.
They get 2 outs, and now Thomas is up. He's 0 for 2. Gooden gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Thomas. Thomas grounds it to Sean Johnson. Johnson throws it, get him out at first base. It wasn't clean an inning, but one enough. Only 1 hit. We go to the 7th. Still 5-1 Mets. Danny Heap, the batter. He's having a good game. He's 2 for 3. Grounded to short, 2 singles, 2 RBIs. He's been very good today. Jeff Dedman still on the mound for the Braves. And here's the pitch to Heap. Struck him out. Dedman gets his first strikeout of the game. And now we'll see Knight, who's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to Knight. Knight rips a line drive towards left center. That's going to be extra bases. Not a chance. A bad play by Sample. Knight will hold at second. He's lucky they didn't find Knight at third.
Yeah, that went all the way to the wall. That was just a well-hit ball, and Sample, I think, misjudged the throw. And the Mets have a man on second base with 1 out.
Here's Howard Johnson. He's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch to Johnson with Knight on at second. Johnson hammered to center. That's a base hit. Knight rounds third. The pitcher is due to bat. They're going to send Knight. Knight's going to try to score. The throw, not in time. Knight is safe. And that was the right call.
Yeah, you got the pitcher up, and you probably knew there might be a chance of a double play. You got to get the run in, and that's exactly what Davey Johnson decided. He made the right call.
It makes a lot of sense there, Joe, because Gooden coming up, and you know that you got the pitcher batting. You got to get these runs in. If he's out, he's out, but you got to take some chances in this game. I think Davey Johnson made the right call.
Yeah, he did.
Howard Johnson on at first, still 1 out, but now 6-1 Mets. Gooden the batter. Here's the pitch to Gooden. Gooden hits a line drive toward left center, and that's his base hit for Gooden. That's his first hit of the year. Johnson goes to second and holds. And now the batter is Dykstra, who's 2 for 3 today with a double. He scored twice. 6-1 Mets, but with 1 out here in the 7th. Dykstra sets in. Johnson at second, Gooden at first. Here's the pitch to Lenny. Hits a ground ball between third and short. I think he's only got 1 play. That's at first. You have to hurry. Dykstra beats it. Wow.
I didn't think he was going to get there in time.
His foot's on the bag just as the ball just kind of hits the netting, but the umpire made the right play. That's a base hit. I really thought I didn't think he was getting it.
No, I didn't think so either. He really looked like he was going to be out on that play.
It was really close, that's for sure. Bases are loaded, 1 out. Here's Backman. He's 2 for 3. Mets have a chance to blow this game wide open, kind of like what they did against the Pirates one game. If you don't know what happened there, go find it.
You don't want to give any spoilers, do you?
No. You got to watch these games, people. Bases loaded, Backman at bat. Dedman on the mound. And here's the pitch to Wally. Backman, it's a shallow fly ball to center. Moreno makes it. He makes the catch. Johnson's gonna try to tag. He will score. Moreno won't throw. It's now 7-1 Mets. That's an RBI for Backman. He has 6 on the year now. Here's Hernandez. Hernandez 1 for 4, has an 11-game hitting streak going. Runners still at first and second. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. And he hits a blooper to short right at Thomas. And he'll make the catch. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. New York Mets 7, Braves 1, bottom of the 7th coming up. Glenn Hubbard leads off for Atlanta. He's 1 for 2. Gooden still pitching. Here's the pitch to Hubbard. Hubbard, it's a ground ball between first and second. Hernandez throws to Gooden, covering, 1 out. Yeah, Gooden's a good athlete. He can get over there in time. And that's the first out. Jeff Dedman is the batter, supposed to come up. We'll see a pinch hitter, I'm sure. And the Braves will bring in Terry Harper to pinch hit. He's batting .203. He's got a homer so far in the replay. Here's the pitch from Gooden to Harper. Harper hits a Texas leaguer to right center. That's a base hit. Harper holds it first, and the batter now is Moreno. He has been on base all 3 times. Bunted for a single, walked and grounded a single. And he's been on third base all 3 of those times and scored once. Gooden gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Moreno. He hits a ground ball back to the mound. Gooden to second. And there'll be no throw to first, and I think that was the right call. Yeah, Moreno with that speed just couldn't be stopped there. And again, Moreno is on base for the 4th time in this game. Gooden looks at Moreno and just said, man, when do you not? He's looking at Moreno, and Moreno's wondering, hey, wait, I mean, this is first base, is where I belong. And Dwight Gooden just shakes his head and goes back to the mound. Billy Sample, the batter, he's 0 for 2. Moreno has stolen 2 bases already today. We'll try a pitch out. Here's the pitch. Moreno's not going to make a move. No one moving. Moreno even more of a threat now. Here's the pitch to Sample from Gooden. Sample hits a liner right to Johnson. Great play. Makes the catch. And ends the inning. 7-1 Mets, top of the 8th. The new pitcher for the Braves will be Craig McMurtry. No wins, 3 losses, 7.5 ERA. Darryl Strawberry leads off for the Mets, 1 for 3. I'm going to go get myself a quick drink. Take over here, Joe. No problem. So Strawberry will now bat, 1 for 3. Might as well get me one, too. That Corona on the bottom will do me just fine. The ice cold one there, Rob. Thank you. McMurtry sets and deals. Here's the pitch to Strawberry, and it's a walk. So Strawberry goes to first on a walk from McMurtry, and now the batter is Gary Carter. He's 1 for 4. Strawberry a threat to steal, but I think if you're up 7-1, I think you just want to take it easy here now. Carter at bat. Here's the pitch from McMurtry. Carter blasts a line drive, but a right to Thomas, who makes a great play. Strawberry will have to hold it first. Here's Danny Heap. Heap is 2 for 4. He's got 2 RBIs and a run scored. And now I think we're going to see a steal. There goes Strawberry. The throw, not in time. Darryl gets number 5. What a throw by Strawberry. Not a throw by Simmons, actually. And Strawberry gets up and looks at Simmons like, no, you can't touch this. All right, welcome back there, Rob. What did I miss? Oh, you just missed Strawberry get on base and stole another base. Oh, man. I would have loved to have seen that. Danny Heap was 2 for 4. He's had a great game tonight. He's got 2 runs batted in. He's one of the reasons why the Mets are leading here. Runner at second, 1 out. And a strike. Here's the pitch to Heap. He pops this one up. Looks like Thomas is going to get it. He takes a bite of his hamburger before he makes the catch. That's how long it took for the ball to get down. 2 outs. And now Ray Knight. Ray Knight is 1 for 3. Ray Knight is grounded to first, grounded to third. He was hit by a pitch, and they doubled. Craig, do you know if Ray Knight's okay? Yes, I talked to him, and he says that he's just fine. He said he got a little bruise there in the midsection from the hit by pitch, but he should be but he should be okay. All right. Here's the pitch to Knight. Knight gets a base hit. He boops it to center. Strawberry will score, and it's now 8-1 Mets. 15 hits for New York. Knight on at first. Good hit by Knight. And finally, it looks like the Mets are going to get off this schneid and break through here on the last day of April. Howard Johnson, the batter, he's 2 for 4. Here's the pitch to Johnson. And he walks in. So the hits just keep on coming. Runners at first and second with 2 outs, and here's Gooden. In the top of the 8th inning. Checking the Mets bullpen. Orozco hasn't made any pitches lately. Roger McDowell hasn't either. So they say Gooden is strong. I'm going to let Gooden bat. You're up 8-1. Here's the pitch from Gooden to Gooden. Gooden, it's a routine grounder to first. Chambliss has only played us to first base. He'll get Gooden, and that should end it. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. New York Mets 8, Braves 1, bottom of the 8th. Houston leading Philadelphia 4-0, and Claudell Washington bats for Atlanta. They say Gooden is strong. I agree with it. He's only given up a run. He's given up 6 hits. He's been good. There's no need to go to the bullpen. Washington at bat. Here's the pitch to Claudell. Struck him out. 6 strikeout for Gooden. And now here's Chambliss, who's 0 for 3. Mets are leading 8-1. Got to get this game done and get off the schneid and get back in the win column. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. Struck him out. 7 strikeout for Gooden. And now Ted Simmons. Simmons, however, is 2 for 3. He's had a good day for Atlanta today. Here's the pitch from Gooden. And he walks Ted Simmons, so he'll go to first. And now here's Ken Oberkfell, who's 0 for 1. Davey Johnson checking on Gooden. He's not going to make any moves. No, you let Gooden finish this inning out. If you want to bring somebody in the 9th, that's fine. But remember what happened in that game against the Cardinals, Joe? Yeah, that game still kind of stings. Here's the pitch to Oberkfell. Oberkfell drills a base hit through the middle. Simmons is going to go to third. Dykstra tosses it back. So runners at first and third now for Andres Thomas, who's 0 for 3. Checking the mound there. They do a mound trip. He says Gooden is very strong. Andres Thomas grounded to short, struck out, and grounded to short. Here's the pitch from Gooden to Thomas. It's a fly ball to center. Dykstra got it. And limits the and no damage. Still 8-1 Mets. We go to the top of the 9th. Lenny Dykstra leads off. He's 3 for 4. He's had a great game today. Craig McMurtry is still on the mound for the Braves. Here's the pitch to Dykstra. Dykstra pops this one up. Oberkfell going over and foul ball, Souvenir. And Lenny Dykstra will do it again. That was pretty far out of play. Looks like that kid. Oh, wow. Yeah, that ball landed in the kid's Kool-Aid. And he's got purple juice all over him right now. Welcome to the ballpark, kid. Here's the pitch to Dykstra. Dykstra blasts a line drive, but right to Sample, 1 out. Here's Dwayne Ward now pitching for the Braves. 1 win, 1 loss, a 5.06 ERA. Wally Backman, the batter, also having a good day. He's 2 for 3. Here's the pitch to Backman, and that's a walk. A free pass for Backman, and again he finds himself on first base. And now Hernandez. Hernandez 1 for 5. Dwayne Ward sets up. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. There's not going to be a steal here. Here's the pitch. Hernandez drives a deep fly ball to left. Way back, way back. Sample racing back. Not enough room. Say goodbye. Keith Hernandez blasts his second home run of the year. And the Mets now take a 10-1 lead. He got that perfectly off the sweet end of the bat. Hernandez pretty much put the bat down and just automatically started his trot. He knew that was out of here. And fans here are now beginning to leave. I would tell the fans here to wait if you remember that game against the Cardinals. 1 out. And here's Strawberry, who's 1 for 3 now. Here's the pitch. And Strawberry draws a walk. So the Braves can't get out of this inning. And Dwayne Ward, since he's come in, giving up a hit, he's given up a home run and 2 walks. Carter now bats. He's 1 for 5. Here's the pitch to Carter. And he walks Carter. So now the Braves bullpen is just giving up some runs, or giving up base runners, I should say. Did you have enough to drink there? Maybe not. I might have to go get myself another Corona. Gene Garber will now pitch for the Braves. 86. He had a 2.54 ERA, 5 wins, 5 losses, 24 saves. He was their main closer. For the replay, however, not bad. Excellent, really. 1.59 ERA, 3 wins and a loss. He did that bad. He's 2 for 5, having a heck of a game. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Heap. Heap, it's an easy grounder to second. Could be 2 to Thomas, to Chambliss, and that does it. But the Mets pick up a couple of runs on a big homer by Hernandez. New York Mets 10, Braves 1, bottom of the 9th. They say Gooden is fine. With a 9-run lead, I think he could probably keep Gooden in there. The Braves have 2 righties coming up and a lefty. Glenn Hubbard is the batter. Gooden will stay in there. Here's the pitch to Hubbard. Walks him, so Hubbard goes to first base on a walk. And now the batter is Gene Garber, and I think we'll see a pinch hitter, which we do. It'll be Ozzie Virgil. Virgil batting 162. He has 3 home runs on the season. And I think that's going to be all for Gooden. Mets aren't going to try anything. And the Mets are going to bring in Roger McDowell. No wins, 2 losses, 2 saves. It's not a save situation, but they bring in their best pitcher to make sure this game ends. Virgil at the plate. Hubbard on it first. Here's the pitch from McDowell. And it's a fly ball to center. Dykstra got it. Makes the catch, 1 out. Here's Omar Moreno. He's been on base every single time. He's 2 for 3. He has 2 stolen bases. Moreno gets the sign. Gets in the batter's box. There's the pitch from McDowell. And now they're going to bring in Dale Murphy to pinch hit. Murphy batting 274. He has 3 home runs so far. Here's the pitch from McDowell. It's a ground ball between third and short. Great play by Johnson to Backman to Hernandez. Ball game. Great play by Howard Johnson. Yeah, he made up for that 1 error. He collects it there. It was a diving stab by Johnson who got it over to Backman. Backman for the relay to Hernandez. and ends the game, and the Mets stop the streak. And they'll take the win. And that, in my opinion, is a very big win for the Mets. So the Mets take the win over the Braves 10-1, and everybody in the Mets lineup got a hit. Except for McDowell, but then again, he didn't get a chance to bat. Everyone got a hit. Dykstra had 3 hits. Backman, Hernandez, Heap, and Johnson had 2. As well as Knight. Dykstra 3 for 5, a double stolen base. Backman 2 for 3. Strawberry 1 for 3. He had 2 stolen bases. Gooden advances his record to 3-1. Joe Johnson drops to 1-2. And the Mets get to 9-7. Braves drop to 10-9. In pitching, Gooden, he almost got the complete game. I think it was the right thing to do to take him out and let McDowell finish it. The Mets pick up a big win, and boy, did we need that. So the Mets now move into a half game of Philadelphia in the National League East. And that is how it looks. So that's it here for the first month. So let's take a look at how the first month went. We're behind. The Mets with a record of 9 wins and 7 losses. And they were, at this time, I believe, in 16 games, I believe they were 13-3. So the Mets, unfortunately, are 4 games back of their actual record. But in a replay league, you're not exactly sure what could happen. Well, that's for sure. I mean, a lot of things can happen. Some bad plays. The job really is very simple. Get the Mets to the playoffs, and then take your chances there. With the playoff structure we're using in this replay, the top 3 teams in each division will go, and number 3 will play 2 in a best of 3. Then you'll have a division series, and then a championship series, and then the World Series. So although if you win the division, it's not an automatic trip to the NLCS. And we take a look at the rest of the league. As you can see, Philadelphia Phillies have a half-game lead on the Mets. The Cubs are behind them in a game back. The Montreal Expos are at 500. The St. Louis Cardinals, although they took 3 out of 4 from the Mets, they're 7-11. And the Pittsburgh Pirates are just god-awful. 4 wins, 13 losses. That team is terrible. The National League West has, of all teams, the San Francisco Giants tied with the Dodgers. The Houston Astros, who actually won that division in '86, are a half game back. Atlanta 10-9, San Diego 10-11, and another awful team, the Reds, are at 5-12. In the American League, take a look at the Oakland Athletics. 15 wins, 6 losses. A 5-game lead on California and Minnesota, and yet Oakland is the only team with a winning record in there. In the American League East, the Toronto Blue Jays at 15-5, they're the best team in baseball. Best record in baseball. The Cleveland Indians are right behind them a half game. The Boston Red Sox 3.5 back. Detroit has a winning record. They're 10-9. The Yankees are not bad. Neither are the Orioles, 10-10. But the Brewers are 6-12. The Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh, God, they're terrible. Take a look at some of the leaders if we could here. Have a look at some of the leaders here. You can see that Alfredo Griffin leads the majors in batting with a .474 average. Tony Gwynn of San Diego leads the National League in batting at .398. Keith Hernandez is batting .379. He's the highest Met. If you take a look at some of the others, you'll see the Mets. Gary Carter has walked 15 times. He's on the walks list. Strawberry, his on-base percentage is .465. He's 6th on that list. Larry Parrish leads the league in home runs with 9 for Detroit. Mike Marshall from the Dodgers has got 8. But Mike Marshall does lead in runs batted in with 25. Canseco has struck out the most. Slugging percentage belongs to Larry Parrish of the Tigers, .731. Tony Gwynn does lead in overall hits with 37. In pitching, however, Bobby Ojeda and Dennis Rasmussen are tied for the best pitchers in baseball, both with a 0.86 ERA. Ojeda's 2-0, Rasmussen's 1-0. Candiotti, though, Tom Candiotti of Cleveland has 5 wins. So he leads the league in wins so far. Mike Scott, 59 strikeouts, and right behind him is another bench warmer by the name of Ryan. He's got 49 strikeouts so far, too. Mike Krukow for San Francisco, Mike Witt, Mark Langston, and Bruce Hurst all have 3 complete games so far. And Tom Henke of Toronto, he's got 7 saves. So that's things how look in the replay so far. In fielding percentage, well, we got a lot still at 1,000. There haven't been many errors made yet. Well, that's it here for today's ball game. The next game will be the New York Mets versus the Atlanta Braves. Rick Aguilera will get the start against Zane Smith. That should be a good one. So until then, I'll say good night, everybody. And that's it from here. Once again, final score. The Mets take the win over Atlanta, 10-1. For Joe and for Joe and me, I'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.